Hello. Hello, my dear viewers. I'm too late and I'm perhaps disturbing you, but I know that some of my friends and some of my viewers are ready to participate in my class just at 11:30 or 12 o'clock at night because they read or they study their lessons late at night. Hello. Today's topic of discussion is unique. Today I am not going to discuss literature. I am going to discuss literature. That is how to write an essay. Clear? How to write an essay. And today's topic of discussion is literature and society. Today I am not discussing grammar. I know that you are getting bored by studying grammar, and that's why I am sharing my ideas about an essay, that is, or a paragraph rather, you may say, life and literature, that is, literature and society. It's a very good topic. It is for competitive examinations like PSC, like SSC. Clear? My name is, I'm just introducing myself. I'm on behalf of an easy step to English grammar, and I am from Krishnagor, Nadia, West Bengal, adjacent to Kolkata, and it is YouTube's guideline not to divulge my name. However, I may say that I worked as an assistant teacher in English in Krishnagor High School for more than 37 years. And after my retirement in 2016, I could not leave this job of giving my lesson or sharing my ideas, my experiences of classroom teaching, etc. And some of my friends have requested me, sir, please give us the idea about literature and society. And on request, and rather on their demand, I am going to share my thoughts, my ideas, and my views about literature and society. Clear? And when you are writing an essay or writing a paragraph, it must be a very startling point, very capturing point, so that your examiners can be impressed, so that your writings may leave an impact on the examiners and they go through your writing. Whatever may be the fact, my starting point is that I have already made a lesson plan for you so that I may give you the concrete examples and my views so that you may reproduce in your examination hall. However, one cannot pick up a bucket of water from air. One cannot pick up a bucket of water from air. That means a bucket of water is always on the ground or on the earth, and from that ground you will have to pick it up. Clear? Similarly, the author, the poet, the poet, the playwright, the essayist, and even the cartoonist take the ingredients of their creative art from society, in which they were born and brought up. May I use bilingual method? If you allow me to use bilingual method, I may explain in Bengali. That means I want to say that শূন্য থেকে এক বালতি জল তোলা যায় না। ঠিক তেমনি একজন লেখক, একজন কবি, একজন নাট্যকার, একজন প্রাবন্ধিক এবং একজন কার্টুনিস্ট তিনিও কি করেন না, তার সৃষ্টিশীল কাজের জন্য তিনি এই আমাদের সমাজ বা আমাদের জীবন থেকে তার মশলা নেন এবং এই যে জীবন থেকে মশলাটা নেন, যে সমাজে তিনি জন্মগ্রহণ করেছেন এবং তিনি বড় হয়ে উঠেছেন। ক্লিয়ার? Life and literature are umbilically related to each other. Life and literature are umbilically related to each other. And you know about umbilical cord. It is the cord which connects mother and baby. And after your birth, the umbilical cord is separated. Clear? And now I am using umbilically for closely or deeply. So I want to say life and literature are umbilically related to each other. In almost all the creations, including art, society is evidently reflected. Society is always reflected in literature. Always. Clear? In almost all the creations, including art, even an artist, when he creates his art, when he paints, when he draws, you know that he takes the ingredients from society and all his thoughts and ideas are reflected in his art. Clear? The tyranny and oppression of the indigo planters, and you have heard the name of the indigo planters in India during the British regime. The tyranny and oppression of the indigo planters during the British rule has been vividly depicted in his famous play Nildarpan. And you know that Nildarpan has been written by Dinabandhu Mitra, the great playwright. So, I am telling you the tyranny and oppression of the indigo planters during the British rule has been vividly depicted in his famous play Nil Darpan, which was staged in almost all the theatre halls, which was staged in almost all the theatre halls and the years of Bengal. Uthan. Years means Uthan. Courtiers. Years of Bengal. Dinabandhu Mitra's Nil Darpan was a great success on the stage. Even Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar went to the Star Theatre in Kolkata, the then famous theatre, the Star Theatre in Kolkata, just to enjoy the theatre or the play. It was a great success on the stage. Even Vidyasagar went to the Star Theatre to see Nil Darpan. It was not only a play, but also a weapon. It was not only a play, but also a weapon against the Nilkor Sahibs. Against the Nilkor Sahibs. Clear? Another example. Bibhutibhushan Bandyopadhyay's Pather Panchali. You have heard the name of Pather Panchali. Is not a novel, but a piece of poetry. It is almost a piece of poetry in which he has, I have already written the essay for you because many of you, many of the students of honors standard have requested me just to write an essay. Particularly they have mentioned an essay, Life and Literature or Literature in and Society. And that is why I have decided today that I must write an essay, not the grammatical items. And it is also the change of taste tonight. Portrayed the struggle of survival of a poor Brahmin family. In Pather Panchali, you know that Bibhutibhushan Bandyopadhyay has portrayed the struggle of survival of a poor Brahmin family. All the characters like Indit Thakurun, Harihar, Sarvajaya, Durga, and Opu have been taken from society and life. Have been taken from society and life. Clear? The novel Pather Panchali clearly records the struggling life, the impoverished life of the poor people of the rural Bengal. Tara Shankar Bandyopadhyay's novels and short stories are nothing but the faithful records of the district of Birbhum in West Bengal. Clear? His Hasuli Baker Upakatha, the famous novel, his Hasuli Baker Upakatha and Ganodevata have won the hearts of all. Hello, my dear viewers. You may not choose this topic tonight because I am sharing my views about life and literature or literature in and society. But it is important for all sorts of examinations like PSC, SSC, UPSC, and many other examinations. And that is why just I am discussing and store in your memory, and later again see the video or watch the video and write them down. Write the points clearly. And in this context, I may request all of you to like, to comment, to share, and subscribe my channel and Easy Step to English Grammar so that I may be encouraged and enthused and inspired to give you more ingredients, topics for sitting in the competitive examinations. However, thanking all of you, Manik Bandyopadhyay, Sharat Chandra Chattopadhyay are also the novelists and short story writers, are short story writers who have painted the simple struggling life of rural Bengal very faithfully, as if they are the historical records of Bengal. So literature is not for literature's sake. It is also the records of history. By reading literature, you can know the socio-economic development, the socio-economic structure of the period in which the writer is creating his art. Clear? However, as if they are the historical records of Bengal, Manik Bandyopadhyay's Putul Nacher Itikotha and Podda Nodir Majhi are the two masterpieces. The fisherman community has been depicted in his Podda Nodir Majhi with heartfelt sympathy. Clear? Now come to the point. I have elaborately written so that you may go through my live streaming again and again to write down the contents. It is not from any book. It is from my thought. It is from my classroom experiences. It is from my depth of knowledge. I have recorded all these. Some poems, writings, novels, essays, short stories are both contemporary and universal. Some of the writings are contemporary, that is for the time being, and some are universal. Rabindranath Tagore has composed innumerable poems on nature, have written short stories, poetic dramas, etc. Some of them are only for pleasure, some have depicted contemporary society, and some are universal. Clear? Some are universal. Rabindranath's two short stories like Postmaster and Denapauna are true to human life. They are the facts taken from human life. The Gitanjali, which brought him the Nobel Prize, is universal. It is the universal story of life. Clear? The Gitanjali, which brought him the Nobel Prize, is universal. In this collection of songs, he has devotedly thought of the relation between God and devotees. God and devotees. Sharachandra Chattopadhyay's Devdas is universal and Ovagir Sargo is contemporary. Clear? Let us come to English literature. Till now, I have discussed Bengali literature. Now, I am discussing English literature. Let us come to English literature. Shakespeare is still relevant in modern society. It is because his tragedies like Macbeth, Hamlet, Julius Caesar, King Lear, Romeo and Juliet, Antony and Cleopatra, etc., have portrayed the inner conflicts. Hi, my viewers, my patrons, and my well wishers. I am going to end the lecture just for a few minutes. I will discuss, and later you will have to go through the live streaming again. Life and literature, or literature and society, to have a clear knowledge about the paragraph or the essay. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe my channel, an easy step to English grammar. Have portrayed the inner conflicts, all these tragedies, envy and crookedness and godliness in the characters which are universal. They are universal because they were, they had been, and they are, and they will be. Because these sort of characters are universal, can be found everywhere and can be found for a long time, so long as human beings will exist. Clear? His sonnets are immortal for their universal appeal. Shakespeare's sonnets are universal for their appeal, for universal appeal. The poems of Romantic age are based on Industrial Revolution, French Revolution, and the freedom fight of America. Wordsworth, Coleridge, Shelley, Keats, Byron are the representative poets. Clear? Some of them have escaped the dull realities of the world. Some of the romantic poets have escaped the dull realities of the world, the monotonous realities of the world. And some have portrayed the contemporary society. Clear? The novelists of the Victorian age have written novels depicting all the characteristics of the contemporary society. Charles Dickens, Thomas Hardy are mentionable. And our modern age, which is the age of unrest, is the age of conflict, is the age of corruption, and is the age of complexities. The novels, the poems, essays, plays, all have been depicted, or all have depicted the modern characteristics. Therefore, literature and society are closely related, are umbilically related to each other. I hope that all of you have heard the relation between society and literature, life and literature. And after the end of the live streaming, When time permits, all of you will go through the live streaming so that you may reproduce this essay, because I have given ample examples, sufficient examples, enough examples for your competitive examination. Good night. Stay safe, stay mellow. Please subscribe my channel and easy step to English grammar.